Hi there, Internet. My name's Court, and you've got courtside seats for my review of WandaVision Episode 4, We Interrupt This Program. Let's do it. So welcome back to my ongoing coverage of the new MCU series, WandaVision. If you watched my reviews for the first 3 episodes, you know that I got early access to those, so those videos were very spoiler-free. I'm not getting any more early access, I'm watching them on the same day as everybody else, so I figure this review and probably the rest of the series will be spoilers reviews. I won't go through the episode beat for beat, but there are specific things that I do want to discuss. So if you haven't seen the episode yet and you want to go in cold, go watch it. Hopefully you'll come back later, but this is officially your spoiler warning. Cool? Cool. Moving on. I found the first 2 episodes of this season a little bit frustrating because they really leaned into the sitcom angle really hard, which was fine, they did it well. And my issue wasn't that it wasn't marvelly enough, it was that it wasn't weird enough. There was a lot of weirdness promised in the trailers that we didn't get much of in the first 2. Started getting more of that in the third, I really liked the third. But this episode is our first real look at outside of the sitcom world. It's a completely different show in a lot of ways, and it absolutely feels in keeping with the tone of the MCU. And the cold open was an absolute gut punch. Taking place in a hospital, we see Maria Rambeau's daughter, Monica, rematerializing after apparently having been obliterated in the blip. 5 years have gone by, she's completely unaware of that. To her, it's been about 2 minutes. 2 minutes ago, she was sitting at her mother's hospital bed waiting for her mother to be discharged after surgery, and then she finds out that her mom died 3 years ago, 2 years after Monica herself disappeared with the blip. It was really heavy, and I absolutely loved the scene, particularly the chaos in the hospital hallways when all of the other people were rematerializing. That was great. Then we jump a little bit further ahead. We find that Monica is now working again for SWORD, which apparently her mother, Maria Rambeau, founded or co-founded, and she's given her a new mission to find out what's going on in the town of Westview. When she gets there, she meets Jimmy Woo, the police officer from Ant-Man and the Wasp, played by the always delightful Randall Park, and she quickly gets sucked through some kind of energy field that surrounds Westview. Then Kat Dennings, Darcy Lewis from the Thor movies, she shows up. She's like an astrophysicist now, and she discovers huge amounts of radiation that were left over from the Big Bang that created our universe, and we're kind of left to infer that somehow that radiation's been used, this brand new reality, the sitcom reality within this bubble. SWORD sends a dude in a hazmat suit and a tether into Westview through the sewers, and as he crosses the perimeter, the hazmat suit becomes a beekeeper suit, the tether becomes an old school jump rope, kind of like era-appropriate 1950s counterparts to what he had. I thought that was a really cool idea, and then we see his interaction with Wanda and Viz from episode 2, but we see it from his perspective, and it was pretty chilling. We also learned that the events of this episode are kind of running concurrently to the events of episodes 1 through 3, particularly when we see Darcy and Jimmy Woo attempt to contact Wanda through the radio, that being the scene with her and Dottie in episode 2, where coming through the radio we heard the voice saying, "Wanda, who's doing this to you? Wanda, can you read me?" And I will say as an aside, I've only seen Ant-Man and the Wasp once, but I remember Jimmy Woo being like a pretty funny character in it, and I thought he was really funny here too. His jokes are incredibly corny, particularly when Darcy says, "Aw, twins," and then she offers him a potato chip. She's like, "You want something?" He's like, "Oh, I've thought about it. You know, a little Jimmy Woo with a little FBI badge." That's such a corny joke. But to his credit, Randall Park sells it, loved it. I also really dug the shot where it's officially revealed that it's somebody from SWORD who is watching these episodes. That shot that comes right before the credits at the end of every episode, that was cool. I hope I articulated that well. But the absolute money shot of this episode was the continuation of the scene from last week between Wanda and Geraldine, the "Who Are You" scene. It gets pretty dark, and Wanda gets pretty scary before smashing Geraldine through the wall and out of the bubble entirely. I know there's a theory out there that suggests that Wanda could end up the villain of this series by the end. Starting to buy into that and thinking that could be really awesome. Also, Elizabeth Olsen was amazing in the scene. Vision comes home and asks where Geraldine is, and Wanda tells him she had to go home, but when she looks at him, he looks dead, as he did at the end of Infinity War. Pale, blank dead eyes, the big hole that was left when Thanos tore the stone out of his head. It was actually a pretty shocking visual. But for me, the best line of the entire episode was right at the end when Vision says, you know, "We can leave, we can go wherever we want." And Wanda says, "No, we can't. This is our home now." And then, and I'm quoting here, "I have everything under control." Holy subtext, Batman. I think that pretty much makes it official that this isn't somebody doing something to Wanda. This is Wanda controlling all of this in an attempt to stay in this idyllic world that she's created herself with Vision. And if that wasn't clear enough, We see Monica Rambeau, Geraldine if you will, after she's thrown out of the bubble saying, "It's Wanda, it's all Wanda." Cool. I loved this episode. I feel like the first 3 episodes, which I had fun with, I feel like they were all set up. I think now we have a much better idea of what's going on and what kind of show this is and is going to be. And I'm totally on board. I cannot wait for next week. So those are my thoughts on WandaVision episode 4. Now I want to know, have you seen the episode? What did you think about it? What was your favorite moment in this episode? Whatever your thoughts, hit the comments below. Let's discuss. If you enjoyed this review, please smash that like button and give it a share if you really enjoyed it. And hey, why not take a second, do me a favor, click subscribe and ring that bell to subscribe to my channel for more movie reviews, entertainment news, trailer reactions, WandaVision, all that good stuff. Hope you guys are all safe and healthy. Thanks very much for watching. I will see you all in the next one. Take care.